Ed Kemper, known as the Co-Ed Killer, was born December 18, 1948, in Burbank, California. Kemper was an extremely intelligent child, and he would engage in psychopathic behavior at a very young age. For example, Kemper would torture and kill animals. Kemper's childhood was abusive emotionally and physically. His parents were divorced, and his mother was an alcoholic who would lock Edmund in their basement alone in the dark. Kemper eventually grew to hate his mother. At 14, Kemper ran away from home to find his father. After being rejected from his father's home, he was sent to live with his grandparents, who were also very abusive, and eventually Kemper grew to hate his grandmother as well. In 1964, at the age of 15, Ed became curious one day and shot his grandmother in the head just to simply see what it feels like. After killing his grandmother, he killed his grandfather as well. Ed was then sent to a state hospital for the criminally insane for 5 years and experienced treatment. After he was released from the state hospital, Kemper's charges were expunged. Between 1972 and 1973, Ed committed 6 serial murders in which he would pick up young female students who were hitchhiking along the highway. Ed would transport the women and kill them and decapitate them, and had intercourse with their corpses and dismembered heads. Ed would tend to go out and socialize during this time and would frequently befriend the local law enforcement. They even had a nickname for Ed, being Big Eddie.
You rock, Big Eddie.
Finally, Ed followed through with his lifelong fantasy for killing his mother with a claw and hammer, and then strangled his mother's best friend to death, all on Good Friday, 1973. Soon after Edmund had intercourse with his mother's decapitated head, he turned himself into law enforcement and confessed to his murders. Police officials refused to believe Ed, considering they identified him as their friend. After Ed supplied more information about the murders to law enforcement, he finally convinced them that he was the murderer. Hello, this is Ed Kemper, and I want to confess to killing 6 co-ed students, my mom, and her best friend.
Big Ed, I know for a fact you would never do this. I don't believe you at all. Ed Kemper, you have been arrested for 8 first-degree murders, and you will be sentenced for life in prison.
Ed was then quickly arrested and charged with 8 first-degree murders, and was found guilty with a life sentence. Over the years, while Ed was incarcerated, he became a key instrument in helping the FBI to understand the mind and psychology of serial killers. The FBI believed that if they found out convicted serial killers' motives, they could figure out how to catch active murders. After FBI got a lot of information and research on Ed Kemper, they were able to identify common characteristics among other serial killers. Cute. Hair's not. Do you have to fix my hair though?
Don't laugh.
All right, chill. That swig. I'm gonna whip it over my shoulder and dip. Tell me. I won't, Lexi. Oh my god.
Okay, act dead. You're supposed to be looking at me.
What do you want me to do?
You're supposed to. Like, you have to pretend like you're driving well.
Brush, what do you mean? Yo, Karina, do you want to come in? I am, bro. What do you mean, go? Okay, Julia.
I can't.
And a dad. Woof.